selling Jeremy Clarkson's Grand Tour RS4 from Scandi Flick. How hard can it be? Keep watching to find out. So welcome to Historic's Winter Velocity Sale at Mercedes-Benz World at Brooklands. And what have we got a show for you today? Do you like the BMW 3-litre CSL? Or perhaps a bargain Aston Martin DB6? Keep watching to see these and many of the cars. So this is lot number 149 and it's a Jensen FF Vignale prototype from 67, guided at 68 to 78,000 pounds. It's got the innovative Harry Ferguson derived four-wheel drive system. The car gets some extra length which is disguised here and with a separate vent here. So the car is actually longer than a normal Jensen Interceptor. This is a prototype. It's got all the original stampings built by Vignale, rather than at West Bromwich where the rest of the Interceptors were built. And it's beautiful. It is a captivating looking car, particularly that, I love that rear window. But what an innovation. And as well as four-wheel drive, it's got four-wheel anti-lock brakes. I think Dunlop Maxat or something like that. I probably got the pronunciation wrong. I think this car is actually, may well be open. Let's have a look. Oh, it is. Do you want to look inside? Well, I do. Isn't that beautiful? This is the closest I'll get to a Jensen Interceptor FF. Lovely blue interior, that very thin wood rim steering wheel, plenty of a back. Look at those rocker switches there. Not quite as much room in the back as you would imagine, but it will be interesting to see what this car does. Will it make all the money? I think it might, just simply because it's a prototype. It's got all the stampings, the original, I think number 8th prototype. But I really like that. What do you think, guys? Well, let's see what the auction bidders think, shall we? So this Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith, bodied by Hooper, is about as special as it gets. It was built for a guy called Gulbenkian, I'll get that name horribly wrong, and came from a family, an Armenian family, which had interest in the oil industry. Now, he had a number of cars built. I think the first one was called Plantechnicon or something like this. This particular one with the Hooper bodywork may not be to everybody's taste. The interesting thing with this, it had air conditioning. It also had electric windows and a television set. And don't forget, this is a car from 1956. And the transparent Perspex roof. Now that is something truly special, isn't it? It did have a TV in the back originally. It was used in the 1964 picture Les Félines, I'll get that wrong, starring Jane Fonda and Alain Delon. The car was sold in 1968 to a nightclub owner, and it spent its final days as seating in a nightclub. And then eventually it was actually taken from the nightclub and restored to this condition. It's currently bearing Swiss plates. I mean, look at that fantastic roof there, Perspex roof. I mean, it truly is something special, isn't it? Really, really well restored, and truly an absolute one-of-one car. If you want something to cut a dash in, maybe that's the car for you. And that particular car is guided at 200 to 325,000 pounds. Will it find a buyer? Let's see, shall we? So this is lot number 182, a Rover SD1 with racing pedigree, driven by Jeff Allen and Tiffany Dell. It's got tourist trophy stickers on it. It's believed to be, I think, only one of the few Group 2 cars that were produced. And it's got great racing history, produced for the 1980 tourist trophy, with Tiff and Jeff Allen being the drivers. In actual fact, it finished as high as 7th and eventually dropped out when it was 44th, apparently. Tom Walkinshaw prepared. Wow, you've got quite a car for historic racing, haven't you? Guided at 120 to 150,000 pounds. What do you think? I mean, a piece of racing history there, and probably a usable race car even today. So lot number 222 is an Alfa Romeo 2600 Spider by Touring, to give it its full title. guided at 52 to 65,000 pounds, and it might make that. This is a rare factory approved right-hand drive vehicle engineered by a company called Rudspeed. Rudspeed were on the south coast of the UK. They advertised these back in the day. If you look through the Autocar archive, you'll see their period advertisements. Lovely sort of red oxblade coloured interior. This particular car was I think one of the last 6 cylinders Grand Touring cars from Alfa Romeo. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? You want to have a look inside, a closer look inside? Well, I think it's open, so it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Sadly, I wish I could say I was buying it. Very clear period instrumentation. Radio's not quite that convenient over on the passenger side, so you need somebody to tune your tunes in. Not sure about that Alfa. Is that gear knob original? I don't know. Probably got an ashtray down there. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And should we have a shot at that 6-cylinder engine? Well, it would be rude not to, wouldn't it? What an absolutely beautiful car. Really. So this is a culmination of one man's dreams, 180 mile an hour autobahn runs, a very high profile court case. Yes, it's John Dodd's The Beast. In actual fact, it's the second Beast. The first one was destroyed in a fire. It's still got that controversial Rolls-Royce grille on the front. So John wanted to build something that was really bespoke to himself. So what did he do? He built the Beast. Now the first one was destroyed by fire. So he had another go with this 27 litre Rolls-Royce Merlin V12 engine from a Supermarine Spitfire. Now, it's got incredible provenance, was sold a few years ago, was in a hearing aid beige colour. It's now guided at 75, I think, to 100,000 pounds. I mean, where else are you going to find a car with a Spitfire engine in? Well, you're not going to have the room. I mean, some cars are even just the length of the bonnet. It is open. I think we can maybe have a quick look inside here as well. This is the Beast. Well, there's no shortage of storage room in the Beast, is there? It has been, I think it's been refitted, lovely sort of Alcantara-like finish there. It's pretty well kitted out inside, isn't it? And for aficionados at the back, top points for spotting the Mark 1, I think, or facelift Capri rear lights, and apparently a mini handle on the hatch. So there you have the Beast. Will it make the reserve? Will it bust the reserve? Well, let's find out. It's quite a car, isn't it? So launched in 1967 is the Aston Martin DBS, originally launched with a 6-cylinder engine. Some of you guys would remember this car was used in the Persuaders. I think Brett Sinclair drove this in Bahama Gold or something like this. This particular car has had lots of money spent on it. It's guided at 70 to 90,000 pounds, and in actual fact, it's had I think a bare metal respin, original work undertaken to the value of, wait for it, £25,000. It's in Dubonnet red, apparently. Yeah, I did have to check that. I didn't know that one, so apologies about that. Do you want to have a look inside? Let's see if this side's open. Oh, it is, but it's a bit stuck on the door seals there. Well, there you go. If you always wanted to know what an Aston Martin DBS looked like inside, it's a proper 4-seater. Loads of room in the back there. That is really surprising. I mean, lots and lots of room there. What is that, a practical classic? That is what a £25,000 paint job looks like. And what it looks like is absolutely, totally flawless. Quite honestly, I would gladly find room for that one if I had the room and the budget. That is absolutely beautiful. What do you think? Will it make the guide price? It's pretty high, but it's quite a car, isn't it? So E-Types have gone off the boil a little bit, and this one's guided at just 44 to 54,000 pounds, but it's believed to the 16th Series 3 car. So the Series 3 cars were longer. They got the V12, And this one came off of the production line quite early, 1971. It was first sold via HR Owen and then subsequently onto its current owners. And honestly, the paint is not flawless, but it's pretty good. It doesn't obviously look as if it's had a repaint. Must have had paint at this stage. We'll have a quick look inside. The seats look quite nice. What do you think? Seats look absolutely lovely, don't they? I think this one could do quite well. You know, the Series 3 cars, people don't rave about them. They do with the Series 1 cars and the 3.8s, etc., etc. But you know what, at that sort of money, if you can afford the fuel consumption, that's a great way into E-Type ownership, isn't it? So lot number 270 is a Mercedes-Benz G400 convertible. I didn't even know these existed. Guided at weight fit 120 to 145,000 pounds. This particular one, I think they were built by Magna Steyr in Austria, and it's got a 6.3 litre V8, and it's quite a car. I guess you're going to want to have a look inside that one. So let's have a look, shall we? We'll have a closer look. There's a bit of room in the back. It is, as you can see, left-hand drive. The doors, oh, the doors are open. Oh, it's like a bank vault. And I tell you what, it's in stunning order inside, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Open air, off-road capability, G-Wagon. That's a hell of a guide price, isn't it? It is in good condition and it's in the right place, Mercedes-Benz World. What will it make? Well, keep watching to find out. Now, I must admit that I do like these. This is lot number 235. It's a Lotus Esprit S2 JPS commemorative edition, to give its full title. Guided at 33 to 38,000 pounds. That might be value, actually. It's number 61 of just 100 built to commemorate the Lotus winning the World Championship. It's got the iconic JPS, John Player Special livery, World Champions. It doesn't hide its light under a bushel. It is numbered, as you can see there. Mechanically, they're very similar to the standard cars. And in actual fact, I think it's got the Lotus double overhead cam 2.2 engine. Is it 2 litre engine? I think it's a 2 litre engine. It's in absolutely beautiful condition, isn't it? Will that one do well? Will it make the guide price 33 to 38? Well, let the market decide, but I really like it, I must admit. What do you think? So this Elan Plus 2, lot number 171, is the ex-Ronnie Peterson car. So this is chassis number 1, the 5-speed gearbox, and I believe it was gifted to Ronnie Peterson. Ronnie Peterson was a very well-known Formula 1 driver, I think killed at the 78 Italian Grand Prix. And this was his company car, or gifted to him by Lotus. It is got a huge amount of history, photographs with it, signed documents coming with it, signed by Peterson. Absolutely incredible. Now, this one could really go on to do very, very well. Is Ronnie Peterson's Lotus as well? Yes, it is. There's some pictures there. Let me just try and get them in shot with Ronnie Peterson. Hopefully you can see that. Oh, and he's got a Granada Mark 1. I like him already. And that's the interior. Now, it's a lovely car in its own right, but what a piece of history, isn't it? Beautiful blue colour. All that history and provenance must make it a truly, truly special car. What do you think? How well do you think that one will do? Well, let's find out, shall we? Another potential bargain is lot number 124, which is a Peugeot 504 Coupe from 1973. This one's that 2 litre fuel injected engine, which is pretty robust. But what makes this one stand out, it was driven by Ben Kingsley in the movie Daliland, the movie about the life and work of Salvador Dali. And this one could be a piece of movie history for you. Okay, it's a bit wet out here, so apologies, it's not the best conditions to show you the car, and I do think these cars are exquisitely styled, beautifully styled. You wouldn't think there's a 504 under there, would you really? Obviously it's a left-hand drive car. I think pretty much all the left-hand drive. I think this one's locked. In fact it is. But you know what? That could be one of my favourites from today. What do you think? And more importantly, what does the auction think lot number 124 is actually worth? So this 1960 Austin Mini Deluxe actually is another one that doesn't look bad value, to be honest with you. It's guided at just 8 to 10, but it's had 60 years in the same family. It's got the early features. I mean, the 59s were clearly the earliest, but it's got the sliding windows. It's got the original door handles. I don't know if it's open. Oh, it is open. Shall we have a look inside? It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? It's got the pulls for the door release. Do you remember those? I mean, they're pretty basic in there, but because they're basic, that's what makes them fun. We've got the so-called wand gear change. You see how it extends right out there. Might be a bit awkward to drive with that. Inside again looks honest. I bet that, you know, I bet that's original. I can't imagine it doesn't look like it's been retrimmed. Quite honestly, I think that might be one of the best value cars here. Could be improved without a doubt, but haven't you got something that looks just absolutely glorious? I do like that one. I think it's almond green, is it? Put it in the comments if you know better. So this beautiful 1960 Bristol 406 lot number 127 is guided at just 17 to 21,000 pounds. But wait till I tell you why that looks good value, to be honest with you. So it's got the BMW 2.2 or BMW Design 2.2 engine, which Bristol used for quite a period after the war. I think the designs for it were part of some war reparations. This one has had a £17,500 spent on it not that long ago. It's a lovely car. It's got the sunroof. Do love those indicators. Let's see if it's open. Do you want to look inside? Well, you know what I do. And this is, it feels lived in, but you know what? It feels honest. And I'm not sure what that is there. It's probably that's probably the indicators, I suspect. It's got a floor mounted gear change, so not that difficult to drive, I would imagine. This is absolutely understated gentleman or ladies carriage, isn't it? What do you think of that? I absolutely love it. Well, I'd certainly like to have a bid on that one, I must admit. What do you think to, let's see what the market says to lot number 127. So these used to be on every street corner with a Busby sticker on the back. Yes, this is lot number 151. It is a genuine post office telephones van. Apparently it's got all the equipment. It came out of a museum in Europe, so it's not had a hard life. Absolutely beautiful paintwork. I'm not sure whether the camera picks that up. We've got the ladders on the top. You can do a bit of DIY, often used when they were second-hand vehicles by plumbers, carpet fitters, etc, etc. But this one, this K-plated one, is a really late one. It's guided at £9,500 to £12,000, and quite honestly, it could well be worth every penny of that. Looks like it's a genuine number. I'm sure any ex-BT people could tell me, but you know what? I could find a lot of time for that, to be honest. So why are you showing us number 143? It's just a TR7. Well, it's not just a TR7. That probably is the giveaway. This particular car is actually a TR7 with the V8 engine, so effectively a TR8, and this particular one was built by the Methods Build Department at Longbridge, built as a development car with the catalyst and all the US emissions equipment fitted, so apparently very clean even today by emission standards, allegedly. Now this one is in absolutely brilliant condition. It's quite a historic car. It's had a nut and bolt refurbishment, and it shows, and consequently it's guided at 18 to 25,000 pounds. And you know what, guys, it might actually go for more than that. If you're a Triumph collector, that's probably one of the Triumphs that you'd absolutely want to have in your collection. It's in great condition, isn't it? Yeah, beautiful. What will it go for? Well, let's see, shall we? So the lot numbers look like they've changed a bit. This is now lot number 125, not 124 as in the preview. And it's a beautiful AC Brooklands, or Ace if you prefer. I think the original car that paved the way for this was the AC Ace show car, which never came to fruition, but certainly they developed the idea into this. I think 4.6 litre Mustang engine. This particular vehicle, for something so rare, and it's one of 58, is guided relatively low at 14 to 18,000 pounds. Now, the paint's not perfect. It's got some defects. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up there. So probably the bonnet needs repainting, or maybe a machine polish to see if it can come out. Maybe it does need paint actually. Quite a lot of room in the cabin area. Beautiful inside. Let's just take a look, shall we? I really like this, and I really like it because it's very rare. It is a super find. And where are you going to find another? And I think it's pretty much got stock Ford mechanicals, or at least North American Ford mechanicals. Absolutely lovely, isn't it? What's it worth? Well, let the market decide. If that guide price is a little bit low, I think it might be. So another one for my wish list is this W100, or otherwise known as the 600, the Grosser, the king of the Mercedes. Owned by dictators. All four Beatles had one at one stage apparently, and in fact even Elvis Presley had one as well. Virtually everything on this car is hydraulically controlled. It was way ahead of its time, massively engineered. Now this one is just one of 273 cars that came to the UK, so very limited numbers. I guess not that many people could afford them, to be honest with you. Now this one was owned by a German composer, Herbert van Karajan. Well, I haven't got any of his albums, I must confess. That's not in my collection, but it had few peers in its day. 245 brake horsepower, absolutely brilliant. And in that condition, lot number 255, let me get that right, is guided at 75 to 85,000 pounds, and probably worth every penny. So if you think that was good, just wait until we get onto the second floor, because there's some absolutely cracking cars here as well. Both sides in Mercedes-Benz World, including Clarkson's Audi. Down there you can just see that getting into shot. So I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. We've got plenty more cars to come. As you can see, there's quite a few behind me here, including the Scandiflick RS4 of Jeremy Clarkson, which is just behind me. So if you have liked the video so far, please consider subscribing to the channel, and it would be really helpful if you could hype the video, and then that way more people get recommended to view the video on YouTube. So without further ado, on with the show. I'll be honest with you, I hadn't planned to film lot number 228, but I'm captivated by this 1961 PA Cresta, apparently unrestored with 25,000 miles on the clock. I mean, the paintwork on this one is allegedly as it left the factory. It'd be interesting to see whether it makes the guide price of 23 to 28,000 pounds. You would think that it looks worth every penny of it, from its mirrors backwards. Love that curved windscreen. Member of the Vauxhall Cresta club. That must be a small club, the amount of these cars that are left. It's open. You know what, I'm going to take you inside and have a look. It's a bit quieter in here as well. I haven't got the music blaring out. This is a taste of what I guess 50s British Americana. Love that curved window. Do you know what, I'm not necessarily a big fan of cars from the 50s and early 60s, but this is a piece of me. Look at the ashtray on the top, body colour, the strip speedo. I think that's the horn ring there. It is, it must be a column gear shift as well. It is beautiful. Look at the door shuts. It's apparently, as I say, an original car. What a survivor. How many of these were not banger raced or whatever back in the day? I really like that one. What do you think of that one? Could you make room in your garage for a PA Cresta? I think I probably could. What will the market think though? So guided at 47 to 54,000 pounds is an absolutely stunning Amphicar, lot number 230. Absolutely beautiful condition. These were built in Germany. I think they only built about 4,000. It's got a Triumph Herald engine. I mean, if you want something that's perfect for all weathers, genuinely, this 1147cc Herald engined Amphicar is probably the one for you. They are absolutely fascinating, to be honest with you. They only got, I think, 43 horsepower. US market was going to take them and it was going to be a big seller, but there was a change in regulations, something to do with the boating regulations, whether it was classed as a craft or not for licensing, and unfortunately they lost out. But these are fascinating. My son absolutely loved these, and you know what, so do I. This one, at this guide price, you know what, this probably, I would say, represents value for money. And you wouldn't normally say that about a car at that level, but look at that. That's brilliant, isn't it? So lot number 252, this is the very Audi RS4 used by Jermey Clarkson on the Scandi Flip movie in Sweden. Last time it was seen with pulling a shed with Richard Hammond in, and in actual fact having flamethrowers from the back. It has been brought back to its glory. The spot lamps on the front Jeremy added, and you can actually remove them apparently, they just bolt on. The car has been restored because of some of the damage with the flamethrowers. Sadly, the flamethrowers have been removed, so no chance to use them. Seen pulling, I think, Richard Hammond in a shed. In actual fact, I think it's only got about 70-odd thousand miles on it, and it's guided at 28 to 35,000 miles. And the interior, you know what, the interior is pretty good. If somebody wants a piece of Grand Tour Clarkson history, maybe this is the one to have. I really like it. I'd find a home for it, and you know, as well as being a Grand Tour car, it's actually a pretty good car in its own right. What do you think? Will it make the guide price? Let's see, shall we? Lot number 174 is an Aston Martin DB6. It's only guided at 115 to 135,000 pounds. Did I imagine this? Were these touching maybe 400, 500,000 pounds at one stage? So this one's got just 98,000 miles on. It's been exported to Australia, then re-imported, and apparently it's got bills for 37,000 pounds. Now, as a jumping off point for a restoration, needs a bit of paint work. It's not perfect, but it is usable. Certainly looks like it probably needs a repaint. We'll have a look. We'll have a look around the other side and have a look inside as well. I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't necessarily need to repaint the whole car unless you were seeking perfection. And for that sort of money, to have a DB6 would be something pretty special. The leather is heavily patinaed, is that worn, we used to call it back in the old days. It's got a rip in the seat there, in the passenger seat. But you know what? God, that old car smell. I should try and bottle that one of these days. It is not bad. It's not too shabby inside at all. And I think probably it's pretty usable. And who wouldn't like to have that DB in front of them when you're threading through the Alps or wherever else? It shuts with a bit of a thunk, and yeah, let's see what it makes, shall we? So Wolfrace, the wheel manufacturer, wanted something that would really be a showstopper. So what do they need? Well, it had to have 6 wheels, plenty of wheels to demonstrate their fantastic alloy wheels, and they wanted something that would grab attention. So a guy called Nick Butler designed this, a former aircraft engineer, and it's got 2 Rover 3.5 litre engines, and apparently 2 5-gallon fuel tanks, because it was only going to be a show car, but I just since learnt that. The original build budget was about £29,000. They spent near £75,000, and some say it was even £100,000 build cost. It was used at the opening of the British Grand Prix back in the day. It's been outside the Playboy Mansion, if that's your thing. Quite honestly, it may be a bargain. It needs a lot of work on it, and it is road registered, actually. Apparently, there was a point in time where it was allegedly up for sale for £1 million. I mean, do you see £1 million there? Perhaps not, but this one is a no reserve car. Might need a little bit of work with the wiring. What do you think? Possibly. But apparently it does run. Well, what do you make of it? Well, let's see whether somebody's going to snap up a winter bargain with this, shall we? Now, I have to question whether this car, a 1987 Ford Capri 2.8 injection, could be worth 55 to 65,000 pounds, and probably they're going to be proved right because it's got just 2,402 miles in and one former keeper. Now, the Ford tax has been well applied with this one, hasn't it? The problem is that the value is in the low mileage, and you know, similar to this, you probably would get a car with slightly higher mileage for quite a bit less, but it is beautiful, it is glorious, and it is seemingly untouched by human hands almost. What will it make? Will the market think it's worth that sort of money? So actually roped off here, and understandably, is a Series 1 E-Type by a company called Helm, a 3.8 Series 1 car, but guided at 215 to 280,000 pounds. Well, why? Well, basically, these were reproduced with something like 3,800 man-hours to complete, 360,000 pounds to build, plus a donor car, bespoke leatherwork. So to build something similar to this today, with fuel injection and many modern attributes like this, would cost you significantly more. Now, is it worth the money? Is it worth that guide price over a regular Series 1 E-Type? I'm struggling to see it, even with its handcrafted bespoke luggage as well. It's a great car, but 215 to 280? Well, let's see what the market thinks, shall we? Another car in the roped off area, probably because it's guided at 265 to 300,000 pounds, is Lot 190, a Maserati Ghibli. Debuted in the 66 Turin Motor Show, apparently a rival to the Daytona in actual fact. We'll try and get round the back and give you a shot of that one as well. I mean, it was a car that they saw competing with the Daytona back in the day. Apologies, just got to navigate this rope and try and give you a better shot of what that car actually looks like. So it's a 4.7 litre engine, matching numbers. Well, you know, they're selling it, they're hamming it up, aren't they? But you know what, it does look rather glorious. Would you have had that back in the day, or would you have had a Daytona convertible? I don't know, that's a tough choice, isn't it? Look at the size of the exhaust, that's incredible. What will the market make of that one at this winter sale? Well, let's see, shall we? We have got lot number 163, a 1973 BMW 3 litre CSL, guided at 75 to 85, a lot of money, but this car is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It is in Tiger Green, T-A-I-G-A green, and the CSL is the lightweight car, so I think it's got aluminium doors, aluminium bonnet and boot lid over the original E9 based CS. This one's in beautiful condition, massive touring car history, success with this car. It looks, I don't know, it looks beautiful. Is stunning the right word for it? I don't know, but for me, I just think it's an epic looking car. Do you want to look inside while I do? If it's open, we can work out how to open it. Oh yeah, we can, just about do that on the channel. Very typically well built, understated. Proper tea shelf to put your mug of tea there. Lovely inside. It does seem to wear the years very well, doesn't it? That's a high guide price, but quite honestly, I think that may well be justified. Doors probably shut with a reassuring thunk. It does if you close them properly. And it looks pretty original with the CSL striping and those factory chrome finishes on the wheel arch. What is not to like? So let's see what the bidders think of that one, shall we? Number 161 is a concourse level, original UK supplied Mercedes-Benz 280 SL Pagoda, so-called Pagoda, F-plated registration. Spent much of its life on the south coast. I think the history is known right the way back to the first owner. It's been researched by the guy that consigned the car, and it is a concourse restoration. They only made 2,388 right-hand drive UK cars, got the original factory data cards with it. I know they're worth having. Beautiful condition here. I mean, just to give you some idea, the paintwork, it truly is flawless. There's no doubt about it. The carpet, I'm not sure whether the carpet's been changed, it probably has, but it's the correct carpet. It's got the MB Tex seats. It's an automatic, as many of them were. It is an absolutely beautiful place to be. Now, you know, that sort of guide price, well over £100,000. In some instances, you've got to question where that comes from. And this is a truly quality motor car here. I would love to be taking that one home and be the successful bidder, but sadly that won't be the case. But maybe one of you will. Well, let's see what it makes at auction. 220 is an Audi Turbo, and it's been uprated to 20 valve specification. 38 to 48,000 pounds is the guide price. It's had a full repaint, and it shows, oh, there's a few blemishes in it. It's not perfect, it's good. Inside looks in super order in there. Why? It was uprated back in the day to 20 valve specification, I think in the 90s or something. And even then it was an £8,000 conversion. As well as the repaint, it's had new rear lights and a strip. So those lights are £750 each, apparently. The strip in the middle at the bottom is £1,500. Of course, another £750 on that side. You'd probably break that for parts for more, but seriously, it is an incredible looking vehicle. Why on earth you'd uprate it to a 20 valve spec and not buy a 20 valve car is unknown. What will the market think? It's a high reserve, but let's see. So from the seat of Jeremy Clarkson's Grand Tour Scandi Flick Audi RS4, can I thank you again for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe. Click on hype if you've liked the video as well, and that way more people will get to see the video. And as always, thanks again for watching.